Boys, welcome. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas Eve, one and all. I hope you're out there slinging mistletoe, meeting the beauties. Girls get very flirty around the Christmas period, so definitely make the most of that. Definitely make the most of that. So, for anyone new to this channel, I am Joseph, aka Wingbro. Joseph Blake, the Wingbro. And on this channel, I transform men from being socially and sexually frustrated, romantically stunted, to being lions of the jungle, lions of the street, picking up beauties effortlessly, day after day, weekend after weekend, to the point it becomes an absurdity. This is what I do. This is what I do with clients, and it's what members of my group do, and it's also what I will be increasingly demonstrating on this channel as time goes on. I've been in and out of, well, I've been mostly in to the Playboy lifestyle since I was 15, and I'm now 40. I've been only really introduced to YouTube a couple of years ago. So, to put it mildly, my content is it's a bit rudimentary in its shooting at the moment, but rest assured the knowledge base is there. And the reality is, picking up women has got nothing to do with being good at YouTube, you know, in terms of production of videos and so on. They're completely different things. They're not even related. And it's also why there are some people out there producing content who I know, because I know this game, that don't know what they're talking about, but they're good at YouTube. But bear with me, because this coming year, 2026, is going to be the year that I become a true content connoisseur, true content creator. You'll be seeing many, many more in fields, in exciting destinations. You'll see me approaching in a carnival. I'll be breaking down some older videos. I'll be getting brand new in fields, doing lots more breakdowns for you. I'll be discussing principles of sexuality, male-female polarity, as much as I legally can on YouTube without getting kicked off. Most things you need to know, I have to be honest, a lot of the stuff you need to know, a lot of the stuff guys need to know would probably get you banned from YouTube. A lot of the stuff you need to know, unfortunately. So that is the benefit actually of private communities and face-to-face meetups, because of the world we live in, everything's a little bit soft and tone policed, and that's not what we need for developing male confidence, male assertiveness, and developing male-female polarity, so that you guys can go out there and it's not you can do whatever you want with skills that you learn with me, with the approach skills, with the dating skills, with the bedroom skills, with the relationship skills. You can do whatever you want with it. But I think most guys are going to be going down the classic gentleman route of being a playboy for a year or two, and then finding someone that they're really into, focusing their energy into that person, and then continuing to build an incredible life together. The relationship dynamic I advocate, and I think is the most healthy for men, is the male principle with the male leadership with female assistantship. That's the most healthy for men and women as well. Women really want to contribute to a guy's life who they respect and admire. They really want to contribute, and actually part of the approach, part of the advice I give is bring her in, get her to contribute, get her to become an assistant, and you'll probably quite quickly find she responds really well. And in many cases, I was just thinking about a girl I've been seeing here, if I don't give her things to do, she's disappointed. She says, can I get you anything? And I say no. I can see she looks a bit disappointed. Okay, this is the type of relationship you ultimately want to be in. It's very fulfilling. It wasn't until probably my early 30s, I realized this egalitarian, equal 50-50 nonsense truly was on a gut level viscerally disappointing for a man. And in your 20s, you kind of want sex more than anything else, especially in your early 20s. So that's the first thing. But once you get that, it's like, okay, what now? And you realize with just a 50-50 model, there's no satisfaction. There's no satisfaction even in being in a relationship. Which is why once the sex gets boring after 3 or 4 months, it's not gonna be its hottest peak forever. There's nothing else there. And when I moved into this new format, which ironically is much more traditional, male lead, female assistant, I had way more fulfilling relationships, like actual love. The first time I actually experienced love was in my mid-30s. And yeah, you have to experience it to know what the type of relationship feels like. It's not the same. It's not just a variation. What guys think of as love is mostly just you being a needy bitch. And that's pretty much it. And some guys they want girls to be their mothers, which is really fucking weird. That's the complete opposite of my teaching. But there's a lot of guys, they want their girlfriend to be their counselor and their mother. It's just fucking strange. So yeah, this is the model that I advocate. And if you're out there as a guy in your 30s or 40s, you're looking around at the dating market, Christmas is here, and you want to go, you're looking to 2026 going, if I'm being honest, it's dark, it's cold, and I'm feeling a little bit lonely. Well, Wing Bro is here for you, my friend. The Wing Bro is here. In 2026, I'll be producing more content, but I also run cold approach immersions as well. So let me just talk about cold approach as a solution for men in their 30s and 40s. So a lot of the guys that will work with me and get in touch with me are actually doing very well. They're smart guys who are doing well in their professional career. Many of them got interesting hobbies, often in good shape, well dressed, and they kind of have the complete picture. They are the total package. These guys who come in, as I say, 30s and 40s, and it almost doesn't make sense that they would be single, because you think, well, this guy is a great product. Why is this product not being snapped up? And it should be. The issue is there is no distribution for that product. The issue is the distribution, the delivery of the product is just way off. It's way off. So what current delivery model do we have? Apps discriminate against men over 30 heinously and under 6 foot as well. So we know the whole thing with apps. 90% of men don't even get a single match. And the few men that are getting a lot of matches, that's like 1%. So it's essentially creating some bizarre kind of like tournament ape harem culture where there's one great ape who just nails like 100 girls. I don't really know what that's doing for society, to be honest. It doesn't seem to be very beneficial. So most guys don't get any matches at all, or very few matches. And if you've been on Tinder, you already know this. It discriminates against basically everyone. Unless you're like a 27-year-old Giga Chad, you're discriminated against. It's just absolutely absurd. Women in general, sounds very sexist, but in general they don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. They couldn't cognitively say to you in advance, this is what I want. They haven't thought about it that deeply. They just respond to what they respond to. So when you give them a screen, they're just swiping on a screen. When you give them options, well, I'm 21. Okay, well, I'm going to go for 24 to 27. They're very selective. You know, they know they want to select, but they don't really know the deeper, they haven't studied themselves. They don't understand their own deeper psychology. And so on an app, they just have their preferences, X, Y, Z. In the real world, that same girl could be approached by the guy she likes on the app and feel nothing. And then another guy could come in who is 32, 33, different, different specifications and completely sweep her off her feet. Okay, and this happens all the time. So apps, not so good. What else do we have? Clubs and bars, they're okay, but you're limited to the girls who are in those venues, and you're up against some things like loud noise, alcohol. It's not ideal. Then you've got things like social circle, which is, again, it's okay, but you're limited to your social circle. People talk about the gym. That's okay, but I personally like to just work out in the gym. It's the one place I don't really want to approach. Dance classes can be good, yeah, sure, definitely. But there are limited opportunities unless you learn the noble art of cold approach. The noble art of cold approach. Going over to the girl in the day, apropos of nothing, striking up a conversation, but with intent. So we start off with a bold compliment, so she knows why we're there, strong eye contact, and we get into a conversation. And it's a real art form. It really is an art form. Back in the day, they used to call guys who were into seduction, they used to call them pickup artists. That term is sort of became almost like a meme. It became a negative term, but there is an artistry to it. There's absolutely a skill to it. It's something you can absolutely develop. And so this format of getting leads into your life, it just feels good. It just feels like what you should be doing as a man. It's a really great feeling when you get the number, when you get great interactions. B, you become this like romantic hero. And C, most importantly, your options are infinite. And that's where this skill set really is unparalleled. Your options are infinite. On any day, you can go out into the street, as long as you've got a busy street, you're in a busy city centre, and you can generate results, you can generate options. And worst case scenario, you just go out and have a practice day where, let's say you went out, did 5 approaches, nothing really landed. Well, you've just had a practice day. Next time you go out, those 5 approaches they will boost the next time you're out. So it's unparalleled. Cold approach is really unparalleled as a skill set. So if you're in your 30s or 40s and you're scratching your head, just rest assured it isn't really your fault, to be honest. It is the modern world. There are no longer communities. There's no longer you don't have matchmaking like you used to have. All of that has gone by the wayside, and people are just left isolated little units. It's really not good. So my service assists men with that. You do have to be a bit of an action taker. You have to be a bit of a go-getting guy. And cold approach is not for everybody. If you're morbidly obese, you can't walk around for half an hour. You've got terrible fashion sense and you're unemployed. Obviously, cold approach is not for you. My training is certainly not for you. So it does take a certain caliber of guy to be eligible for cold approach and for training. I don't accept everyone who gets on a call with me. Some people are just not ready. They're just not there. But for the right guys, cold approach just explodes your options. Absolutely explodes your options. And yeah, it really is my mission going forward, is to assist the intelligent, competent, responsible men so that they become the seducers. They become once again the top of the pyramid in the dating pool, as opposed to this kind of like the bad boy drug dealer. That's just bullshit, right? So yeah, that is my mission statement. And well, I think it's just very likely to be accomplished, to be honest with you. I feel very confident about this. So yeah, if you're an ambitious guy and you want excellence in your dating life and you've achieved excellence in other areas of your life, then Yeah, get in touch, calendly.com/wingbro. I've left a few other details as well. You can DM me on Instagram as well. Give me a follow on Instagram. I'm doing a little Insta experiment right now. This year, I've literally only just updated my profile, which was, my profile previously was one photo of me taking a penalty in Belgrade. That was my previous profile. And because it can be a useful tool in approach, and I think for, especially now with these younger women, and especially going into 2026, it doesn't make sense to, in my opinion, to continue to resist a tool which could actually be useful for me. So I always go for numbers. Numbers are better, but with a good enough approach, Instagram is also okay. And it's not like WhatsApp is vast. I'm finding it is a bit more personal, but it's not like it's completely massively superior. So it's good to get both. It's good to get both. And my goal this year is to develop my Instagram so that it becomes an asset, because I am shooting for the top tier of women. You can probably see it on a few of my videos. I'm not approaching average girls, but you'll start to get more of a feel for that this year. Because it's one thing for me to say it, and I know that I've experienced it, but it's another thing to show it. So you'll be getting a bit more actual footage this year. There will be much fewer talking heads. This is my last spurt of talking heads for a while. So yeah, the girls are waiting. The baddies are waiting for you in 2026, guys, and this is just such a way to level yourself up, just to develop that extreme, bold confidence of the man who can, the man who knows, he just knows the moves. He knows the moves. That's half the battle. And that's why I'm so valuable as a coach. Gonna have to blow my own horn here, but even guys who are very good at cold approach ask me for advice, and I give them advice. Sometimes they resist it, but they apply it and it's effective. Why? Because I've been doing this for 25 years. I've asked other guys for advice who are 20 years older than me, been in all these different scenarios, so many different countries. I have a wealth of knowledge to a point. There's times I even shock myself with, sometimes I did, for example, I did some winging with a guy who was out in a club and he was in a bit of a bad mood, bad state. And I winged him last year. This was last January. And just within about half an hour, not even that, about 15 minutes, the guy was absolutely flying. We did a 2-set together. No, a 3-set together when he went out of the club into the street. And then he closed like a MILF in a metro station, pretty much just after we'd finished the call. So I essentially was almost like playing a computer game. I was like, right, what are you seeing? I'm seeing this. Okay, right, do this, go there. Yep, speak to that one. Okay, good. Anything else? Yep, go for that one. Get in front of her. Yep, she's with a friend. Isolate her, get her away from her friend. Yep, good. Right. It was just really interesting. It was like playing a computer game. And the guy was up for it as well. So he was awesome. So yeah, you're just... there's just a wealth of knowledge, and I don't really know how I don't know how I can communicate this without bragging or without I think people are wary of talking heads now. I certainly am, because it's like, yeah, we can all talk a good fucking game, can't we? But in this particular field, I know what I'm listening to because I've been in it. I'm not an observer on the outside. I didn't grow up on being on the outside. I was in it. So yeah, you'll be seeing more in fields basically. I've got the the Meta glasses. So you'll be seeing me in action. You'll see some beautiful girls, and we'll see maybe get some more camera stuff as well. And the whole channel will just be more premium this coming year, a lot more premium. At the moment, it's just it's just absolute chaos. I've just been doing these videos between work, on breaks, doing things when I go out on sessions, no plan at all. All I know is I'm doing cold approach. Let me get my phone out and record me talking to the phone. That's all I really know. Um, yeah. What I would have given this last couple of years to have a drone coming around with me, so that if I had the footage from all the stuff I've done in like Bosnia and fucking Turkey, um, Brazil. Oh God, if I had the footage of that Miss Universe, man, that would be awesome. But yeah, we'll be doing more for you guys this year. Have we got any commenters? Miguel, nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you. So yeah, and the end game is to build a brotherhood, is to build bratva, and it's. I think once we get going, I think it's just going to be unparalleled. It's going to be unparalleled. And it's going to be a group in which the currency is action, the currency is balls, the currency is making stuff happen, and then the currency is also having great relationships as well, having great relationships, doing what you want to do, breaking out of social conditioning, even including internet conditioning, which tells you like, oh, you need to have an Islamic pimp harem of 10 women. No, you fucking don't. Do whatever you want to do, but it needs to be something that you want, not something you're settling for. And when it's all said and done, in 20, 30 years' time, our sons will be ready and they will take up the mantle. So yes, to Brothenia, my brothers, to Brothenia. Anything else? Anything else to talk about? Yeah, the girls are waiting. The girls are waiting. That's all I can really say. Plans for 2026. I've got some good girls in the pipeline, man. I've got some good destinations in the pipeline. I've got some good activities. I'm going to be doing more filming. There'll be less frequent content coming out, much less frequent, but it will be of a higher caliber. No more of this fucking stupid stuff. No more of this just getting the phone out when I'm in a session and just recording. It's going to be a lot higher caliber. When I actually look at my channel, I mean, like 1 minute I'm doing a video of me shooting in Bosnia, walking around the mountains. The next minute I'm talking about doing cold approach in Brazil. The next minute I'm on a beach somewhere. It's just absolute fucking chaos. The next minute I'm talking about Jesus of Nazareth. The next minute I'm talking about, Achilles. It's just all over the place. So we're going to have a much more focused channel going forward. I won't delete any of the older videos for the time being. I think at some point they probably will. They will be detrimental to the more high-level brands that I'm looking to build, where we're actually basically taking the best guys and matching them with the best women on the planet in the best destinations. This is what I want to be doing. Okay, so some of those videos perhaps are not reflective. Me going around Republika Srpska ranting into the fucking phone is probably not reflective of that direction. Although there's definitely a certain rakish, piratical charm to all of that, but it's not the direction that I really want to go in. It's going to be really top tier premium stuff, and I'll be leading from the front. I'm not in this to fuck around dating sixes. Yeah, that is not what I'm in it for, and I'm in this still to this day. To this day, I'm out and about. I just broke up with a girlfriend a couple of weeks ago, about 10 days ago. So I was doing all of my approach and everything else. I still had a girlfriend. Now the gloves are well and truly off. The Wolverine claws are coming out now. Yeah. And yeah, ultimately it becomes about internal mindset and emotional control. That's ultimately what you learn in cold approach. That's the highest level, is where you're really just learning to be totally relaxed and chill and self-confident in front of the drop-dead gorgeous woman that bends reality around her. You're learning to just be that guy who's just nonplussed and you're provocative, So yeah. Anything else destinations wise? I'm going to be still in the Dominican for a long time. And yeah, guys, honestly, this place is fucking unbelievable, to be honest. It's a factory of wives. It's a factory of wives. And even if you just want to, you always want a taste of the batty, just fucking hell. It's like a girl I approached yesterday. I say maintaining calm. There was a girl I approached yesterday, a three set. Fucking Christ. I struggled to maintain calm with that one. They were quite young as well. I'd say they were about 18, 19. And it was a good open, a good set. I was in the park. This girl's ass was like literally like two fucking bowling balls, man. It was just insane. She had beautiful crinkled hair as well. God, I'd say she's about 5'10", 5'11". Smoking, she'd fucking smoking. I had a good combo with them, but I was just like, in my own mind, I should have gone for the close, but I was kind of like, oh, it's a warm up. Actually, in my own mind, she was the best one I saw last night, so I should have gone for the close. You know, you can't win them all. You can't win them all. I've still got others lurking around in the pipeline. I think sometimes it's important. You always want to be generating new leads, but it's also important to do follow up properly with the girls. And I'm finding out here, I'm just reminding myself, actually calling these girls, they like the attention. So calling these girls up is a good thing to do. It doesn't always, some girls don't. These girls definitely do. So yeah, expect excellence in all areas of your life, boys, and do not settle for anything less. You probably, some of the guys who watch this, you probably got a lot more in your locker than you imagine. Some of my clients, quite a few of my clients, I honestly think every guy that I've worked with so far, every single one could have an absolutely globally outrageous girl, premium girl, or at the very least could have just an extremely fit girl. There's no one I've worked with that I've thought, this guy, he probably will have to settle with a 6. He'll be doing well to get a 6. So those types of guys, maybe they just, I don't know, repulsed by my content, maybe think I'm too arrogant or something, I don't know. But I've not come across any guys like that. It's mostly guys who are sort of full package. And it's just, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have the perfect mindset. You don't have to know what you're doing. That is what I'm here for. I will talk you through everything you need to know. And I understand why guys lack the knowledge because, my dad didn't teach me this, my granddad, his dad didn't, this is knowledge that is just not properly passed down, but it is a legitimate, it's a very important area of knowledge. I know loads of different, factoids about different parts of the world and different elements of history. Realistically, is that as important as knowing how to pick up women, seduce them, and then get the one you want in a relationship? I would argue, it's fairly obvious the latter is more important, right? We all just know so much, but it's like, does any of it fucking matter if you can't get the girl, or if you can't get a decent girl? What's the point in anything, really? You have your ambitions and everything, but there's gonna be a hollowness. Life is it's professional, it's physical, but it is also relationships as well. It's all three things: friendships and then romantic relationships. So yeah, it's this is such valuable knowledge, and it's such it feels like secret knowledge a lot of the time. Stuff I share with guys, even guys who are quite good, I'm just surprised people don't know more. But it's like, when I think about, well, did I used to know it? No, I didn't. I didn't have a fucking clue. Everything I learned, I just learned through vast amounts of experience. Bought a few products over the years. I did 2 trainings actually. One when I was about 23, 24. It was becoming popular in the UK, and I went and did a day session, which I enjoyed, and then didn't really think much more about it, and then did another training at 37 years old. That is really what set me on the path to ultimate transcendent game, where I can operate anywhere in any country, indoor, outdoor, daytime, nighttime, completely transcendent. Supermarket, cafe, completely transcendent. Yeah, and you don't have to get to that point. You don't need to get to that point to have a great personal life. You don't, right? I've just, for some reason, I found it very interesting. It kind of fits with my lifestyle a little bit as well. But you don't need to get to that point. A lot of guys just want to get a great girlfriend. And if you're in that lonely, painful moment right now, another year has gone by and you're still fucking alone at the end of it, you just realize that's not actually necessary. You could have a really good quality woman at your side. Or if you're with someone and you think, actually, I want to leave this girl, if I'm being fucking honest. Bro, at some point, what are you going to do? You're going to stay with her just to be polite for the rest of your life? Yeah? Just because you're afraid of going out there again? At some point, you're going to have to bite the bullet or live a life of regret. But I understand the fear of the other side, because it's like, it can be so hard to even get a relationship. When you're on the other side, though, the difficulty is choosing. So this is the issue that, me and my comrades face, my Bratva comrades, is just choosing and selecting and managing. That's the only real issue. It's not getting the leads anymore. So, boys, we'll leave it there, 30 minutes. Let's just keep it short and sharp today. I will come in with a quick Christmas live at some point, probably in the street tomorrow. I've still got 6 more days of these lives to go. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Wing Bro, Joseph. Get your mistletoe, boys. Get yourself after the girls and get approaching. And if you do want assistance with this, if it is something that is just gnawing away at your fucking soul, if you're in this intermediate no man's land, this purgatory, give me a shout. You know where I am. Josefsky. I'll catch you in the next one, boys.